We are joined by Isaiah Mobley. Isaiah, congratulations on the win. We'll get started with questions from the media. Again, if you have a question, please use the raise hand function at the bottom of the dashboard, and we'll get to as many questions as we can here with Isaiah. Our first one will come from Adam Grossbard. Adam, please go ahead.
Isaiah, yesterday you were talking about this is the type of moment that as a college hoops fan you really grow up being a part of. How does this feel now having punched your ticket to the Sweet 16?
It feels excellent. Like I've been saying this whole time, this is an opportunity that everybody dreams for. I'm glad that we made it. Our whole team is extremely excited. I think we could just carry this momentum throughout the tournament and make an even deeper run.
Go to Ryan Karchi next. Ryan, please go ahead.
Isaiah, you talked before about how when you guys are playing confidently, you don't think anyone else in the country can beat you. Was this an example of what you were saying when you said that?
Yeah, most definitely. Everyone contributed tonight, whether it showed up on the stat sheet or not. And that's the reason we won by the margin that we did against such a great and prestigious school like Kansas. They got great players and great competition. But like I said, when we're confident, I believe in our team that we could go up against anybody.
We'll go to Mark Culkin next. Mark, please go ahead.
Isaiah, congratulations. Great game. Is this what you visualized with you and your brother when you guys came? Because I've been watching USC basketball for a long time, and that was probably the most dominating performance I've seen.
Definitely. This is what you always dream for. Me and my brother Evan had an excellent season. I think I had a pretty solid season as well, and then just to cap it off with a nice run into the March Madness is what any kid would dream for, especially one with a brother that plays at such a high level.
We'll go to Shotgun Spratling next. Please go ahead.
Evan, can you talk a little bit about the defense, particularly, you going up against McCormack? He had been playing so well. How are you and Evan combined able to kind of slow him down?
Just making sure we limit his touches because, man, he's a big dude. He's active. We also knew he had COVID protocol. I'm good friends with him, and I get some insides as well. So I knew we had to run him because he's been quarantined, and so that helped us a lot. I think trying to kind of tire him out, and the pace of the game was fast, but just really limiting his touches helped us slow down because when he caught it in there, he was a load to guard.
We'll go with Ryan Young next. Ryan, please go ahead.
Isaiah, even in your wildest imagination, could you have imagined it going this way? And just how surreal was it to be a part of this as you're up 19 at halftime and just keep building upon it?
Definitely, man. It's literally what you dream for. It says it in all the songs. Future says, "Beat the odds, do numbers, and remain humble." So I just try to keep that motto and just keep it rolling from here on out.
With Nancy Armour. Nancy, please go ahead.
Hey, Isaiah, congratulations. What has been the difference for you in these last two games? And when you and Evan both are playing like you did tonight, is there anything a team can do to stop you, or are you guys just going to be too overwhelming?
Kind of like I said earlier in the week, it's a team thing. Our team does an excellent job of getting me and Evan good looks. So when we are playing like this, I think it just spreads throughout everyone, and we all just become dominant. So, of course, it gets me and Evan going, but then like you guys seen in this game, it got Isaiah White going. Max hit a big three. Taj got it going. Chavez. It just spreads out like a good cancer at that. So I think when we're rolling and everyone else gets going with us, I think we're going to be a very hard team to beat throughout our run in March Madness.
Zach Braziller, please go ahead.
Zach Braziller, New York Post. Isaiah, have you been kind of following how well the Pac-12 is doing? And I mean, you guys really kind of put an exclamation point on the weekend for the conference.
Most definitely, I've been following it. I got friends all throughout, old teammates, and just as a member of the conference, you want to see them do well. Obviously, now we got Oregon, so don't necessarily want to see them do too well next game just as a competitor. But yeah, I'm happy for all the Pac-12 people. Even our rivalry UCLA. I'm glad them guys got their dub. Oregon State, everyone, Colorado. Um, it's a joy to see, and I feel like our conference has been a little bit disrespected throughout the year, saying the Big 12 and some of these other conferences were the more dominant ones. But now we're showing when it matters most what our conference can do.
Mickey Shuey, please go ahead.
Hi, Isaiah. Mickey Shuey from the Indianapolis Business Journal. Curious how you and your teammates have kind of passed the time and stayed in check in the bubble environment. I mean, how are you guys staying fresh and focused as you turn the page for the Sweet 16? And is it tough to stay locked in this controlled environment?
It's definitely not easy. Definitely gets boring at times. We are still in school, so there's that. That takes a little bit of time, which is nice, and we practice. But our team is a extremely close team chemistry wise. So when we are allowed to be around each other, we hang out, we talk. That passes a lot of time, and then also us being an LA school where LA is a hotspot for COVID. It's kind of like the life we've been living throughout. So we kind of just told ourselves if we're gonna be over here in this bubble for a minute, we might as well unpack our bags and just try to stay for a while. So it's not nothing too much of an adjustment, just because how locked down on LA is and how strict we've been with our team to try to avoid the COVID restrictions. But it's definitely not easy just sitting around. But there also is March Madness going on, so that helps pass the time as well.
Kevin Fielder, please go ahead.
Hey, Isaiah. Kevin Fielder with Fifth Quarter. You were really good from three today, and that was kind of a shift from that first game where you only shot 2 threes. What was different in today's game?
They were playing off. I've been shooting well, so the coaches have been giving me all the confidence to shoot it. So when I got my opportunities, I took them. I think I went about 4 for 5, so that's pretty good. I don't necessarily like to sit on the three always, but if they're giving it to me, I'm gonna take them. I've been working on them along with my free throws, so. As long as they keep giving me those opportunities, I'm going to keep taking them, and hopefully they just keep falling.
Kellen King, please go ahead.
Hey, Isaiah, you guys already matched up against Oregon earlier in the season, and you beat them by 14. Obviously, both of you guys had big wins today. How do you think you guys match up against them?
Oregon's a really good team. They've been on a roll. I don't want to say necessarily they got luck because they are a good team. But they stole the Pac-12 championship from us. So I think we match up well, though, and we both have chips against our shoulder because we beat them and they got the championship from us. So I think it'll be a great matchup. Not too often do you see two Pac-12 schools, number one and number 2, match up in the Sweet 16. So I think that'll be interesting as well. But we're just gonna have to execute our game plan like we did tonight and take it to them.
Adam Grossbard, please go ahead.
Isaiah, we know you've been shooting well for 3 this month, but even for you, a step back was kind of a new wrinkle to your game. What does that say about the confidence you're playing with right now?
I'm extremely confident. I've been playing at a high level for a long time now. So moments like this, they don't necessarily scare me. Like I said, you live for these opportunities. And then here also, there's some fans, so that also boosts. I feel like at least my confidence a whole lot, and yeah, just having faith in myself and God's blessing me with the talents that I have, and I've got my mojo going, so I just hopefully keep it going thanks to Him.
Ryan Carty, please go ahead.
Isaiah, it hasn't been since 2007 that USC has been to the Sweet 16. When you and your brother committed to USC, it had been quite a while since this program had been successful. What does it mean to just be a part of that sort of renaissance this year?
It means excellent. Me and Evan, we always played to win, whether that means we score 40 points each, or if that means 6 points because everyone else is hot. We've always been unselfish, so whatever it takes to win, I'm willing to sacrifice. If that means I got to go get 25 rebounds and the game doesn't allow me to shoot a shot, then that's what I'll do. I feel like Evan feels the same way. And so, and being a part of a historic team, I feel like this team's made history all throughout season. So, why not make a little bit more? We swept Arizona's, things of that nature. We have one of the better records here. And then also, just for me personally, I feel like I owe it to our alums who didn't get to go last year to the tournament. So, like, I play with that extra chip on my shoulder, and I kind of make sure Evan knows that as well, even though he wasn't necessarily a part of it as much last year.
We'll take one last one from Mark Culkin. Please go ahead.
Yeah, Isaiah, just to kind of put a bow on this game, you guys took such a commanding halftime lead. Was there at any point where you kind of talked to your team as a captain and said, these guys, they can't beat us tonight? Did you recognize that point during the game at any time?
Not really, to be honest. In the words of the late great Kobe Bryant, I told the team at halftime the job's not done. So, we just had to keep fighting. Because Kansas is an excellent team. I believe last game in the tournament they were down all game and they came back and won. So we told them just step on the gas all the way through. And then once my guys Amar and Reggie kind of came in, that's when I kind of let my temperament come down a little bit. But yeah, I'm excited for our team and ready to go.
Thank you for the time, Isaiah. Congratulations on the win. We'll see you in the Sweet 16.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. We'll be joined momentarily by Coach Enfield. Welcome, Coach Enfield, to the post-game press conference. Congratulations on the win. We'll start with an opening statement from Coach. To members of the media, again, if you have a question, please use the raise hand function at the bottom of your dashboard, and we'll get to as many questions as we can. When you're called on for your question, please state your name and affiliation first. Coach, if you'd like to give an opening statement, then we'll go to questions.
Yes, on a personal note, I'd like to dedicate this win to my father, who passed away in September. He was a high school and ninth grade basketball coach in Shippensburg, Pennsylvania. It meant a lot to me. I thought about him a lot. In fact, I saw a picture right before the game that my mother sent me at a table with his board out and his note cards from coaching, and he was giving me some advice, but he was a total man-to-man coach. I'm sure we've been very happy to see our zone tonight. But thank you, Dad. You meant a lot to me as a coach and as a father. Secondly, I really want to thank CBS, Coach Mobley, Coach Hart, Coach Capco, and Coach Desmond. We were at lunch today, and we were checking the scores, and Coach Mobley pulled his phone out, and on came a CBS studio. We're not sure where it was, but the two guys picked Kansas because they said USC basketball and Andy Enfield coach teams and USC team is so undisciplined. They said very undisciplined, so Kansas is going to win. I'm not sure. Just imagine if we were disciplined. But we came out tonight. We were extremely hungry, and the coaches were just as hungry as our players. So we're very, very happy of the way our team played, and congratulations to Kansas. They're a terrific team. We were very, very nervous about playing them because they're so talented and they're so good defensively. I think in Ken Palm, the metrics, we were 7th in the nation and they were 8th coming in this game. And offensively, I think we were 22, and Kansas was right there with us. So we thought it'd be a very, very close game, and we're just happy that we played well enough to pull away. But Kansas is just a tremendous program. Coach Self and his staff are terrific people. And we're very fortunate to play well against them.
Thanks, Coach. We'll go to questions to media. Adam Grossbard, your line is open. Please go ahead.
Adam Grossbard, Orange County Register. Andy, we saw you walking off the court with your fist clenched, pointing at the fans, just enjoying the moment. What does it mean to you to return to the Sweet 16 and for the first time in your USC tenure?
Oh, well, this game meant a lot to our program and to our fans. USC basketball is on the rise. Over the last 80 years, it's been like a roller coaster. A lot of great players, great coaches, great teams, but we're trying to sustain the success, build the program and sustain the success. And I think beating a team like Kansas to go to the Sweet 16 is a step in the right direction. We're very proud of our young men. Evan will be our 6th NBA player last 4 years, graduate 100% of our players on time. And we're extremely proud of all our players in our program that chose to come to USC. to try to build the program. And these guys here are extremely successful in the classroom, off the court, and of course on the court, as you saw tonight.
Ryan Carchi, please go ahead.
Andy, Isaiah has talked about how when this team is confident, he thinks no one in the country can beat you guys. It sure seemed like he was confident tonight. What's been the difference with him, and how has that just sort of seeped into the rest of the team confidence-wise?
Well, Isaiah Mobley has improved dramatically as a basketball player this whole season. He's our best defender, interior. He's so smart defensively. He just made 9 3-point shots in a row. He made four in the Pac-12 tournament. He made 1 against Drake, and he made 4 tonight. So he made 9 in a row. That's outstanding. So his inside-outside presence and his defense, he's just a terrific basketball player right now, and we will need him to play like that if we want to advance any further.
Ryan Young, please go ahead.
Andy, how much does the matchup with Oregon just seem fitting at this point, given the way the regular season standings finished?
Well, Oregon, we have a lot of respect for that team. Our whole league, Pac-12 is. We've been trying to tell you guys in the media for the last couple of years, the Pac-12 is really good. Last year was exceptional. This year, the same. Last year, we had 10 NBA draft picks. This year, our teams are very, very good. So I think you've seen that. So to play Oregon in Sweet 16, honestly, I wish we were playing a team from another conference. I'm not sure how we were meeting them in the Sweet 16, but the good thing is one of the Pac-12 teams, either USC or Oregon, will be in the Elite Eight. Dana Altman and his staff do a tremendous job, and they were 14-4 in the league. We were 15-5 this year, and I think it'll be a great college basketball game whenever that day is. I have no idea when we're playing yet, but I'm assuming it's on the weekend.
Nancy Armour, please go ahead.
Nancy Armour from USA Today Sports. Andy, congratulations. When you get both Isaiah and Evan playing like they did tonight, how difficult are they to stop, and how much does that, give the rest of your team kind of an opportunity to relax and settle in and get confidence?
Well, Nancy, thank you, by the way. I appreciate your kind words in the beginning. But Evan and Isaiah are 2 big parts of our team. We win as a team, and we lose as a team. Tonight, Isaiah played great, but Evan gets all the focus of the opposing defenses. He's so hard to guard because he can go inside, outside. He can put the ball on the floor. But Isaiah is equally as skilled. He just doesn't have the length and explosiveness as his brother. But Isaiah is figuring out ways, as you saw, to shoot the 3-point shot, to get angles, to be more efficient with his offensive game. And I think you've really seen that the last few games with Isaiah. So it's great to have Evan and Isaiah play at high levels because they lead us in the interior. And then we had Chavez Goodwin come in tonight and had 10 points off the bench. So our big guys were just playing outstanding basketball.
Mickey Shuey, please go ahead.
Hi, Coach. Mickey Shuey with Indianapolis Business Journal. I asked Isaiah something similar earlier, but how tough is it on these players and you and your staff, for that matter, to be in this tightly controlled environment? Is there anything that you or the players are doing to keep yourselves entertained? And more importantly, how are you staying locked in for this next game against Oregon?
Well, we've been in a hotel for 13 straight days now, and we went outside 2 days ago for 10 minutes. We saw the sunshine literally for about 10 minutes. I actually enjoy coming to the games in the last 2 games. That's the only time we get outside to walk to the bus, and we'll really enjoy that 30-second walk from the bus to our hotel tonight. As far as entertainment goes, we've really enjoyed watching the Pac-12 win all these tournament games. So that's how we keep ourselves entertained. We're locked up in our rooms, and we just turn the tournament on and watch the Pac-12 do well. And so that's our entertainment. We have really no interaction other than our team meals, our team meetings, and our practices and shoot-around. Our players and our staff are separated or isolated in their own room, and it is challenging to see your family after a big game like this and to have to wave to your family in the stands and haven't seen them in person or actually hug them in person for 13 days. So our players have really sacrificed a lot, our staff, as well as the other teams in this tournament. But it's worth it. We're excited to extend our stay in Indianapolis. It's a great city, and we'll be in the hotel for quite a few more days here this week.
Kevin Kevin Fielder, please go ahead.
Hey, Coach. Kevin Fielder from Fifth Quarter. Congratulations on the win. We've seen our fair share of great brother duos in college basketball. What makes Isaiah and Evan so special when they're on the court together?
Well, they're team players. They help you win. They do a lot of things just to help their team win. They're very unselfish and they have no ego, meaning they don't need to score the ball. They don't get jealous of each other or other players. They just want to win, and you see that the way they play, the way they handle themselves on and off the court, and the way they interact with their teammates. So I could not be more proud of Evan and Isaiah because they lead us by example. Isaiah is more vocal. Evan is you see, he doesn't get rattled. His demeanor stays the same, whether we're up, we're down, but he plays extremely hard, and I think it's great to see their development as individuals, but also as a brother combo throughout the season.
Kellen King, please go ahead.
Hey, Coach. Kansas had a lot of success in their last game inside. What was the defensive game plan to limit them, and how are you able to do that so effectively?
Well, David McCormick is a terrific true center. He averages 14 a game. He's a back-to-basket guy. He is probably the best true center we played against all season. We were our game plan was to try to make it hard for him to catch the ball and then to tall up, make him shoot over our length. But their guards shoot the three so well and they drive the ball so well. So Kansas is a really good team. They had won about 9 out of 10 games. They were playing at a high level, and McCormick was a big part of that. He really turned it on second half of the season, and especially in the league season. So we just did a good job as a team defense tonight.
Shotgun Spratling, please go ahead.
Shotgun Spratling with USCFootball.com. Andy, what were you more impressed by, the offense or the defense tonight? Both sides were fantastic.
I thought we really shared the ball. Defensively, I was more impressed with our defense because to hold Kansas to 29% from the field, we held Drake to 29% from the field in the first game. So to hold two teams in the NCAA Tournament to under 30% from the field is really impressive for our guys. In our offense, I thought we really shared the ball and took good shots. We had a few silly turnovers at times, but Kansas is such a good defensive team. To score over 80 points, they're a top 10 defensive team in the country. And I thought our players made the right play. They were patient and they were poised. And so I guess it all starts with defense for us. So I'm really, really proud of our defense tonight.
Helene Elliott, your line is open. Please go ahead.
Hi, Helene Elliott from the LA Times. Just like to ask a question. It takes a while to build a program. It takes a while to get the players who fit what you want to do. But at the same time, you're in a results-oriented business. I'm wondering, did you ever feel the pressure of, you got to get the results, what kind of support did you sense you had? And does that make it this much sweeter tonight to be in the position you are?
We have great support. Carol Folt, our president, Mike Boner, athletic director, and the rest of the administration, Paul Perrier, who oversees men's basketball. We have tremendous support internally. And externally, there's a lot of pressure to win. We've won over 20 games 5 out of the last 6 years now. We're the last 2 years, we're now 46-16 the last 2 years, which is third in the nation among the 6 power conferences in men's basketball in the total wins. 46 wins over the last 2 years is third behind Baylor and Kansas, and we just beat Kansas today. So for USC to be third in the nation in wins the last 2 years among the 6 power conferences, that is a credit to our assistant coaches and mainly to our players, what they've accomplished. In the last 6 years, I think we're 14th or 15th among the 6 power conferences in wins with 133. So our goal was to try to make USC basketball a top 25 program. We are ranked in the top 25 right now, and we've had a lot of good players come through here. And so, yes, there's a lot of pressure to win, especially in Los Angeles. And if you don't, it's not fun. But our players have done this the right way. Our coaching, I have great assistant coaches. Jason Hart, the fact that he's not a head coach right now is a joke. He's ready to be a head coach. And Chris Kapko's been with me the same amount of time. Those guys are just outstanding, 2 of the best assistant coaches in the country. And then we brought Coach Mobley in, and he's been amazing for the last 3 years. So Curtis Schultz, our strength coach, been with me 8 years. So we have a lot of stability here, Helene, because to build a program, we came in the first 2 years, we were last place in the Pac-12. So year 1 and 2, we were dead last. We were 5-31 in Pac-12 games. So to see that the work that Jason Hart and Chris Capco put in and Curtis Schultz, what they've done as a coaching staff is just amazing. And look, we know we haven't won a national championship yet, but we've really improved our program, and we're extremely proud of where we are right now at USC basketball.
Thank you for your time, Coach. Congratulations on the victory, and we'll see you in the Sweet 16.
Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate your time. That concludes the USC post-game news conference. A transcript of Coach's interview will be provided by ASAP Sports at ncaa.com/transcripts. You can also find a recording of this press conference in the NCAA Digital Media Hub at ncaa.veritone.com. Again, ncaa.veritone.com. Thank you.